Hey guys, how's it going? So, in my past few videos, I have gotten a few questions in regards to study abroad and how to apply. And I'm not gonna lie, the study abroad process is it's stressful. So I thought I would make a video of the few steps that you need to take in regards to applying to study abroad through SFSU. And then if you guys have more questions in regards to specifics, you guys can go ahead and leave a comment down below, and then I'll try to make another video in regards to that. Also, I have been getting a lot of questions in regards to how to be accepted into SFSU, like the GPA requirement and financial aid stuff. So if you guys want me to do a Q&A, please leave questions in the comments so that I can collect those and then answer them in another video. So let's get into it. Cool. The first thing that I would say is decide what you want to gain from that experience. So do you want to go for your GEs or do you want to go and do your major abroad? Personally, I'm going for my third year, so I am already upper division and going to be doing major progress abroad. So I would say decide when you want to go. So if you want to go your second year, you're most likely going to be doing lower division things, and I think that's actually a pretty good time to go because you have more opportunities in regards to where you can go. Like every school has lower division, so you can go to any country that SFSU offers an exchange with and just do your lower divisions abroad. If you are already upper division, then you have to have your major decided by then, and then if you are going to be doing upper division, you need to look into what your major is and what programs are offered for your major. For example, I am a communication studies major, so we have programs in, I believe, Denmark, the Netherlands, Germany, Australia, Argentina, Chile, and I think that might be it. So I'm going to the Netherlands, and every major varies. I know Becca students can go to Madrid, Spanish students can go to Madrid. Communications also offers Thailand. Marketing can go to Paris. Those are a few examples. So if you do go to the SFSU study abroad page, which I will show you guys right now. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see and I didn't realize that until right now, but as you can see, I just googled SFSU study abroad and then clicked on search programs, and then once it loads you will be able to see our search engine, and in the field of study I selected lower division, and then for language I just chose English. You can choose any of the other languages if you speak those languages, but let's just stick to English for now. And then for the units required, I chose the undergraduate sophomore because I was pretending to be a second year. And then the country, I just left it blank so I could see what kinds of countries would pop up with those specific requirements. And then as you can see, there are various different programs that you can choose from. It gives you the option of choosing a year-long program or a semester-long program. The very first one I believe is Australia, it was Madrid, and you can choose English or Spanish as your language, and they most likely will teach you in both languages. And then if you click on that, it'll show you where exactly the university is located. Right there where I just pointed to, it'll show you the different majors that they accept. You can also see the GPA requirement, which I believe was a 3.25 for Carlos III. And then you can also see the courses that are listed for those majors, along with an estimate of the cost of the program. Like I said, if you are going for your third or fourth year, or you're just already considered upper division at an earlier stage like your second year, then you need to decide on a major. And you could go, if you're a double major, you could go for whichever one. If you have a minor, you can go for your minor or your major. You just have to decide which country you're gonna go to. No, decide which field of study you're focusing on, and then you can decide which country you're going to. The next step would be to look into the programs that are offered for your major. So like I said, there's the Netherlands, Germany, Australia for communications, and various others. So what I did was I knew that I wanted to be in Europe because I know that it's so much easier to travel within Europe rather than going to Australia, which is all the way over there and super far away from everything, right? So I figured the Netherlands would be my best option. And I also looked into their course descriptions, and they have a very different program for communications studies in comparison to SFSU. Like SFSU Comm is a lot more research based and a lot of rhetoric and more just analyzing, I guess. And Erasmus University, which is where I will be attending, is a lot more media based, so they have a lot more of media basics and PR classes, advertising, which is really what I want to do, so I'm super excited to go there. So yeah, definitely decide which field of study you're focusing on, and then start looking at the course descriptions for the countries that are offered for your major. Next, decide what is going to be best for you. So that can mean a lot of things. So if you don't like the geography of a specific place, the weather, the traditions, the culture, the food, you really have to look into not only the program, but just the environment that you're going to be surrounded by. The way that you study, if a specific country is going to be way too distracting for you, I would say you shouldn't go there, because yeah, you're gonna have fun abroad, but you also have to keep your grades up. So when deciding which program is best for you, I really want to stress that you should look into the course descriptions. Like I said, I will be getting a completely different perspective on communication studies while abroad, because it's two different sides of communication. Here I have rhetoric and analysis. Abroad I'm gonna have a lot of media and advertising. So that's going to give me a more well-rounded education when it comes to communication studies, and that's something that I can add to my resume and explain to employers when I try to find a job after graduation. For you guys that on the website, you can find the deadlines. So keep those in mind, because there are specific programs that will ask you for letters of recommendation. Initially, I was trying to go to Madrid, so I was doing the most, and if you've seen my other vlog, you will see what I mean by doing the most in order to try to get myself to Madrid. But for that program, I needed a letter of recommendation from my Spanish advisor, and I had to basically do an interview with him in Spanish to get his approval that would say that I can speak Spanish fluently and would be able to understand my program abroad. I also needed a letter of recommendation from another professor in that department. And it's just, so you really want to build relations with your professors from the very beginning, because you never know when you want to study abroad, and you need to have at least 2 professors that will be willing to recommend you. I ended up getting letters of recommendation for communications in the end, and they were 2 of my professors from I think my first year. No, one of them was from my very first year, and I hadn't talked to her since. And but she was so excited to do it for me, so that was great. And then my other one was another comm professor that I had just recently had, and she was super great about it as well. After you submit your application with your letters of rec, I think the application asks for your GPA, your letters of rec, the program, why you want to go, and what you want to get out of it. I think that's all it asks at first. And then Study Abroad will email you in regards to an interview, so you set up an interview with them. It's super short. I was so stressed out for my interview. Like, I was like, oh my god, I have to sell myself to them. I have to let them know that this is why I should be able to go. It wasn't even like that. Yes, there were 4 people there, and they were just like question, but it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't hard questions. They asked me why I wanted to go, what I wanted to get from the program, why this program, what I knew about the program. So do your research on that. And I think that was it. Oh, they also asked me what my professors thought, like what my advisors, if they thought that this was a good idea for me to go abroad, if they thought I was actually going to get something from it. And so yeah, and it was only a 15-minute long interview, super short, and I was still to work on time. So yeah, don't be nervous about the interview. Just be ready, like know your stuff about your program and be able to tell them why you want to go there and why you think you should go. Grades are important, but the GPA requirement isn't super high. It also varies by program. I'm not really sure what the GPA requirement for mine is, but when I applied to study abroad, my GPA was a 3.69. So, I mean, it's not super high, like it's not crazy. And I think most of them require a 3.0 or a 2.5. Let me look that up. Okay, so one of the schools in Australia, Griffith University, that's a 2.5. Carlos is a 3.25. I think they're one of the ones that have a higher GPA. Let's see, Sweden is a 2.75. So you don't have to have a crazy high GPA to be able to study abroad. And also, I do know this girl who's studying abroad, and she said she was on, I think, conditional acceptance. So she just had to beat the GPA that she had the last semester in order to be allowed abroad. So I think they're willing to negotiate with you in regards to your GPA. As long as you show that you're really interested and that you're like gonna get your life together, then I'm pretty sure they'll let you go. After the application is submitted, I think I waited about a month before SFSU emailed me telling me I had been nominated. So how it works is they nominate you and then they send your application to the school that you are applying to, and then the school accepts you. But it's pretty guaranteed for you to be accepted once SFSU nominates you. And after that, that's when you start looking up scholarships. Like SFSU offers the Gilman Scholarship, or I think all CSUs do. I think that might be a California thing, or it could be a national thing. I don't know. But I know that SFSU does give out the most Gilman scholarships. I didn't get it, but it's fine. I'm over it, really. It's a really big scholarship. It can be, I think, $5,000 to $8,000, or I think $8,000 is the most, and usually students who are studying abroad for the year are the ones who get that. And we do offer workshops so they can look over your essay and tell you what you need to add or subtract to your essay. I will say that the financial aid that you receive here does transfer over when you are abroad. So the same tuition that you would be paying here is what you're paying to be abroad. So those are the 6 major steps that I took in order to study abroad or to apply to study abroad. It is really stressful. I do want to emphasize that if you are looking to study abroad, you should start planning now. And that's why I wanted to post this before school starts, just because you should start talking to study abroad at least a year in advance. Because if you just one day to another decide that you want to study abroad, you can do it. You can go ahead and apply and talk to study abroad and they will help you. But it's a lot more stressful because I mean, I've been thinking about this for so long and I've been planning since my freshman year, and to this day I don't have any concrete details about everything. So do take your time with it, really do your research, start saving for sure. I've been saving since my freshman year. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, please leave a comment. If you guys want me to go into detail about other things, please let me know. I will be posting another video once I am all set to go to the Netherlands, so that I can update you guys in regards to the visa process and flights and just what I did to prepare for it. But for now, I'm still kind of like all over the place when it comes to that. So I just want to give you guys these small steps that you guys can take to move towards study abroad. And like I said in the beginning, if you guys have any questions in regards to applying to SFSU or applying to different programs, please leave a comment because I will be posting another video very soon. Thank you and good luck, guys.